In 1976, American saxophonist Bobby Stern teamed up with German jazz rockers Head, Heart, and Hands for the Latin jazz rock extravaganza Libra, and from that album, the track Curacao. The minute that vibraphone comes in, my ears just prick up. Every single instrument seems to be really down on the cadence, like playing in unison here. That really persistent knocking on wood sound. Really melodic bit there from Bobby Stern. Really choppy, closed cadence. I love the flow of that, the contrast in the way that the rhythm just kind of like opens up ever so slightly and allows him to like soar above it. The vibraphone is played by Tom Vandergeld, who released some solo albums on ECM during the late 1970s, and also played on various German albums. Played on a Between album. Played on some other ECM albums, like Kenny Wheeler. Played with the Manfred Schuf Orchestra. Yeah. I love how several instruments at the same time are just all kind of like doubling up on the same motif. It's like I can at times hear like bass and piano just kind of doubling up and kind of like mimicking the same basic pattern as the drumming. Wow, the drumming's really taking control now, and he's been like syncopating in quite an almost impenetrable way. I was trying to like find the beginning of each bar and was. I really like this shake-up of the pattern. I mean, obviously the pattern, the main theme that we've been hearing the whole time is re-emerging, but it's going to be altered now because of this change of rhythm. Clean, fluid legato runs. That guitar is by Randy Langione, who, according to Discogs, only has this album and a one other credit from the year before, an album by Dwight Thompson, soul funk album released in the Netherlands. Yeah, that I wasn't aware of before. Yeah. Are they playing in 9/8? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3? Is... Huh. Someone must be landing a helicopter on the top of my building or something. Huh. Okay, Stern is really stretching out now. Like, whereas before he'd been playing like really melodic based, riffs. Now he's just playing free. The percussion in this is just like so. I don't know if it's almost like pointillistic. There's so many like hits per bar. Now we're getting back there, although slightly altered from when we first heard it. Although, despite all the loose running that's been going on in this track, they've never really strayed from just the thematic idea. And I guess it's just that perfect balance between composed and loose. And let's see, that was Bobby Stern and Head, Heart, and Hands. And I was going to introduce another fellow off of here. Oh, yeah, the pianist, Larry Porter, who was pretty serviceable. And they're just kind of, reining it in and holding like this kind of the structure together, like providing slight accents on it while vibraphone, sax, and percussion and at times guitar really dominated. But he played on a number of albums during between the late 70s and 90s anyway. And let's see who else was on this. Percussion is credited to 3 people: Elmer, Louise, Raoul, Burnet, and Roy Lewis. And drums by Guillherma Marchena, who I believe was on, well, he was on a whole bunch of things, including like a lot of German pop and Schlager in addition to jazz rock. Let's hear another track from the album, Libra. like the kind of glowy tone that like certain instruments are creating here. Well, mainly the vibraphone. Very fluid, melodic, bit by Stern there. I like the overall liquidy vibe of this, created by the guitar tone. Or no, more created by the keyboard, created by the electric piano. It's got that kind of sustained quality, that like that tone. I think I was hearing some harmonics in there. Yeah, this time Larry Porter is playing electric piano, and let's see, Dave King on bass, and basically the same lineup. Tom Vandergeld giving us those glowy tones every in a very hard to keep track of time signature. It seems to go like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, like. The percussion almost seemed kind of like oblivious to what's going on. They're just kind of like almost playing over it. Stern is really, flaring up on this. Although, part of me is thinking that part of that percussion, that maybe it's like the louder one, that's maybe just like a bit overkill. It just seems to be kind of like playing over, kind of with lack of deference to what else is going on. And I know, I think I would like to hear a bit more of that vibraphone. I like these more kind of shaky percussions, these more kind of rattling, lighter ones. Some cool cocktail licks here by Randy Langione. I stand corrected. This actually is Randy Langione. The guitarist on the last track was Roy Louise. Yeah. And so that guitarist, strangely enough, that we just heard, he's the one that seems to only have this and one other credit. Whereas the guitarist on the last track was on the next, was on a couple of Passport albums during the late 1970s, and was on all the Head, Heart, and Hands albums. The two they released after this on Metronome and Mood, and also played on an Anna Haggis record, yeah, jazz singer, and several other German records. Okay, I'm just starting to take notes to the bass here. He's kind of deviating, doing different things, accenting just select notes, making select accents while everyone else is just kind of playing along faster or more, kind of like filling up each bar, filling up each count. Throughout this track, Randy Langione, he's been playing that one guitar figure throughout it that you noticed in the beginning, and then it just kind of faded into the background, kind of became kind of more like just sort of an ongoing loop. And then he became much more noticeable when he broke out and did that solo. Yeah. There's something about the key center in this that has a beauty to it that gives it sort of this kind of captivating feel, and I've kind of noticed that there are two things going on in here. There's a lot of repetition. Most of the instruments just doing the same thing throughout, and then like each instrument though taking a turn to break from that repetition to do a solo. Yeah, there's something really beautiful. I would say the main beauty is the way that bass determines like the key center. It anticipates it. It makes the forward steps, and then when it goes doom doom doom, like F major seventh, I believe, and then that keyboard, that electric piano hits upon it and accents it, and that sustain of the Fender amid the key center. That's where the beauty is. There, right there. Low. And of course, the saxophone, Bobby Stern, is consistently, waving up and above it. That was Bobby Stern with Head, Heart, and Hands from the album Libra, the title track, and before that, Curacao, named after the island in the Dutch Lesser Antilles. And Bobby Stern, despite being American, got quite involved in the German jazz rock scene, played on the first album by Vertigo. No, the first album by Virgo. God, that helicopter really threw my mind. Okay. I'm not so dumb after all. He played on the first album by Virgo, which appeared on the label Vertigo. And then teamed up with Head, Heart, and Hands, which consisted of several members who were involved in Passport, or they were soon to be. And as a separate, as an independent entity, Head, Heart, and Hands would record 2 further albums between 1978 and 1980. Yeah, and the members would appear on various jazz rock and Schlager pop. Yeah, and Bobby Stern would appear on a number of interesting things, including Marvin Gaye's Midnight Love album in 1982. Yeah. Anyway, for more Rubies and Sapphires from the Bobby Stern and Head, Hearts, and Hands album, and the 2 further albums that they did as an independent entity, see the directory of albums by German artists. And you can also find the Virgo albums there too, on, well, like on the second to the last page, I believe. It's currently like 1,150 albums strong, so we're talking like 12 pages, 100 albums per page, yeah. Like and subscribe and follow me on social media, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the 2 tracks we just heard, the layers, the arrangements, the interplay, the counterpoint, the soloing, who had the best solo on either of the tracks, yeah, what instrument stood out. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear-traveled trimaximalist, signing off.